I'm RC Robbin. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, making sure that my laptop is on board. I want to be able to see your comments. Please stand by one moment, give the video a click on YouTube on my laptop right in front of me, and I will be good to go in just a moment. Okay, so imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present. Then imagine a full 162-game regular season leading towards the playoffs. No skipped innings, no simulated games. And that's what you'd have right here on Avengers Baseball with RC Robbin. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. 10 games left. 10 games. 1 game back. As you can see, the Dodgers have a 1-game lead. Dodgers are 97 and 55. The Avengers are 96 and 56. So 10-game lead. 1-game lead with 10 games left. Pardon me. I almost said the wrong thing. So let's back out. Go to the calendar. So day off and then a 4-game series at the Arizona Diamondbacks, who this season, for whatever reason, has given me a really hard time. So let's jump into the schedule. Play game. Okay. Play the full game. We are the away team at Chase Field in Arizona. Looks good. Chris Hemsworth going for win number 21 on the season. Everybody looks good. Let's rock and roll. Tom Holland and Stan Musial tied in the batting race in the National League. 354 average. Here are your lineups. I need to drink some of my caffeination. Iced coffee. Also, I do play-by-play. Make sure I'm plugged in. I am plugged in. I hit, I field, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. Let the computer run the bases for me. Just to give you a heads up. Live from Chase Field, we have the Hollywood Avengers visiting the Arizona Diamondbacks. On the mound for the Diamondbacks is Dinelson LeMay, making his 31st start of the season. His record is 9-11 with a 5.48 earned run average. He will face the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie, hitting .322. He has 19 homers and 73 runs batted in on the season. Again, 10 games left. 1 game back. Will they win the division? Will they be a wild card? Who knows? Fastball is outside for the first pitch of the ball game. Diamondbacks, while they are 3 games under 500, have given me a really hard time this season. I don't know why. Anthony Mackie's up there. He is Sam Wilson in the MCU. That's a line drive over the head of the first baseman and into right field. It is a leadoff single. Cut the check for Anthony Mackie. King Sonic, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for visiting, for your loyal support. Much appreciated. Next up is Tom Holland. Last 10 games, he's been a little cold overall, hitting .354. He has 17 homers, 81 RBIs. He's fighting for a batting title in the National League. He's in the top 3. Runner leads off first. Quick throw to first. He's back.
No, he's safe.
Obviously, Tom Holland plays Spider-Man. Everyone this week in real life. Ground ball up the middle. Fielded, flips to second for 1, back to first. In time, it is a 6-4-3 double play, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the first. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers: Anthony Mackie's at short, Tom Holland's at second, Robert Downey Jr. is at first, catcher Mark Ruffalo, Chadwick Boseman's at third, Dave Bautista's in right, Sebastian Sands in left, the DH Idris Elba batting ninth, and playing center field, Don Cheadle. Tony Stark, .297. He has 23 homers and 98 runs batted in. Fastball outside, ball 1. We can make the playoffs as a wild card. We have the #1 wild card spot with the 96 wins, pitched outside to Tony Stark, 2 balls and no strikes. But of course, we want to win the division. We want to win the National League West on our way towards the playoffs. Chases a high fastball, fouls it down the right field line, out of play. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Robert Downey Jr. He is Iron Man. 2-seam fastball inside. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Mark Ruffalo. Here comes a pitch from LeMay. Curveball, backdoor strike, full count. 3-2 pitch, here comes. And he pulls the curveball deep, but foul. And the at-bat will continue. Full count here with 2 outs in the top of the first. And it hits him. 3-2 pitch hits him. So, saw him roll his eyes at that one. So, up next is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. He's hitting .338. He has 35 homers and 133 runs batted in on the season. Those are good numbers. Runner leads off first. And he pops it up towards right field. It will make its way to the right fielder to retire the side. Half inning played here at Chase Field. The Avengers nothing. Diamondbacks coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers, Chris Hemsworth, known as Thor, Odin's son. He's 20-6, 2.74 earned run average. ERA leads the league. And he will face, to lead off, Ricky Henderson, 288, 25 homers, 83 runs batted in. He has 51 stolen bases. Not surprising, that was his MO during his major league career. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. So, by the graphic on the screen, it is easy for me to assume that the LA Dodgers have already won. Or no, that they've never won, they've lost today. We're a half a game behind the LA Dodgers, which means they lost today. Sinking fastball, outside corner, strike two. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. So a win today against the Diamondbacks by the Avengers will put them in a first-place tie. He pops him up, charging is Tony Stark, makes the catch on the infield grass for the first out. Starting lineup for the Diamondbacks: Ricky Henderson's in left, Joe Morgan's at second, Jeff Bagwell at first, Nolan Arenado at third. Ketel Marte is in center field, the DH is Brian Reynolds, Nick Markakis is in right, Starlin Castro is the shortstop, batting ninth and playing catcher Shea Langoliers. Joe Morgan, another Hall of Famer, 307, 19 homers, 66 runs batted in. Steps in from the left side. Second baseman. Pitches low, ball one. Joe Morgan played for the Cincinnati Reds in the 1970s. He also was a very famous baseball announcer in his retirement. Sinking fastball in strike zone. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses high, 2-1. Chase Field, retractable roof. At the knees, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Morgan. He was a cornerstone of that big red machine, they called it in the mid-70s. Inside, strike 3 called. And there's 2 away. First strikeout for Thor, Odin's son. See the replay. Was it a strike? Too close to take. Up next, another Hall of Famer, Jeff Bagwell. 330. He has 46 homers and 135 runs batted in on the season. First baseman who played for the Houston Astros. Fouls off the sinking fastball for strike 1. Late on the fastball, down the right field line, out of play. Count to Jeff Bagwell is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it behind home plate, out of play. The at-bat will continue. Breaking ball misses outside. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's a deep drive. Racing over is the Winter Soldier near the warning track. He will make the catch to retire the side. Had to cover a lot of real estate, but he made the play. At the end of 1, no score here at Chase Field. This is Avengers Baseball. Leading off the top of the second is Chadwick Boseman, hitting 337. He has 21 homers and 74 runs batted in on the season. Fastball inside. Ball 1. Chadwick played Black Panther in the MCU. May he rest in peace. Line drive, foul. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he grounds it foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Slow roller fielded by the shortstop. Starlin Castro makes the play for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson is in left field. Ketel Marte in center. Nick Markakis in right. And from left to right in the infield, Gold Glove winner Nolan Arenado, Starlin Castro, Joe Morgan, Jeff Bagwell, with Shea Langoliers behind home plate. Up next, Drax the Destroyer, or Dave Bautista, hitting .324. He has 14 homers and 70 runs batted in. Fastball 96 on the radar gun is low for ball 1. And it is a shallow pop fly foul ball. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike on Bautista. Out in front of the curveball, swing and a miss. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bautista. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball. Strikeout number 1 for Dinelson LeMay, and there are 2 down here in the top of the second. Just couldn't quite make contact. Next up is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. 292, 11 homers, 55 runs batted in. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. No score here in the top of the second. First game of a 4-game series. Inside, off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Arizona Diamondbacks can't make the playoffs. They're under 500 with 10 games left in the season. So they are swinging a miss. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nasty breaking ball today from LeMay. They are in the role of spoiler. And that is a line drive up the middle, a base hit through the vacated hole where the second baseman would normally be playing. They had the shift on for Sebastian Stan. It's an 11-game hitting streak for Bucky. Up next is Idris Elba. Here's the replay. Look at where he hits it. Hits it where the second baseman would normally be standing if they didn't have the shift on. So Idris Elba played Hemdall in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's hitting .270. He has 9 homers and 53 runs batted in. Runner on first, 2 down. Throw to first. He's back. Big lead at first. Outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss, a slider down and away. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hey, Mazwardi, welcome to the live stream. This is game number 153. Pitch is high, 2 balls, 1 strike. No score here in the top of the second. 10 games left. The Avengers are 1 game back in the National League West. 1 game back with 10 games left. I have set the stage. I want to win the division. Obviously, they are the number 1 wildcard spot, as they already have, the Avengers do, already have 96 wins with 10 games left. Just gets a piece of that curveball, and the count is evens to 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no score. Runner leads off first. Comes the pitch from LeMay. And that's a line drive. Well, it's a bloop over to the right field. It drops in there. It's going to be a single for Hemdall, who sees all. It's a 2-out single. Here's the replay down the right field line. So runners at first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Up next is the War Machine, Don Cheadle, who plays James Rhodes in the MCU. And he takes an inside curveball and smashes it, but foul. Don Cheadle's hitting .280. He has 14 homers and 68 runs batted in on this season. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up down the left field line. Charging over is Ricky Henderson. He will make the catch, collides with the side wall, and retires the side. Nice play by the the Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. After an inning and a half, no score. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up steps third baseman Nolan Arenado. He has 30 homers and 105 RBIs in the season, and he is carrying an 8-game hitting streak into this contest. Pitch from Thor Odinson. Fouls it off, strike one. Welcome to the live stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball against legends past and present, and that's what you'd have right here on display. Every game on YouTube. Here comes a pitch from Thor Odinson, or, oh, it's a line drive, base hit through the left side. Leadoff single for Nolan Arenado here in the bottom of the second. It's the first game of a 4-game series between the Hollywood Avengers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's the replay. Center fielder Ketel Marte steps in. Switch hitter bats from the left side against the righty, Chris Hemsworth. Grounder over to second for one, back to first. A 3-6-3 double play spun by Tony Stark, and there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Nice defensive play by the Hollywood Avengers. Pulls it down the line, he spins, fires to Anthony Mackie, cut the check, and then back over to Robert Downey Jr. to complete the 3-6-3. Next up is the designated hitter, Brian Reynolds. 277, 19 homers, 78 runs batted in. Here's the pitch from Chris. That's a deep drive, charging over towards the right center field gap is Batista. He will make the running catch, and the side is retired. Nice play by Drax the Destroyer. At the end of 2 innings of play, still no score. We go to the top of the third. Lineup turns over for the Avengers. Anthony Mackie singled in his first at-bat. He's got the average up to 323 on the season. Low inside in the dirt, ball one. Anthony Mackie's a switch hitter. He's batting in from the left side against the righty, LeMay. Oh, tied him up in knots. Tried to check his swing, could not do it. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball up the middle, fielded. Gorgeous play by Joe Morgan at second for out number 1. Momentum carrying him towards the second base bag. Throws across his body, throws a strike to first. Here's the replay. One foot falling off to left field. Up next, Tom Holland. Tom grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. And that's a line drive, base hit through the left side. It's a 1-out single for Spider-Man. Spider-Man. And the Avengers have a base runner here in the top of the third. Infinite Phoenix, welcome to the live stream. You have indeed caught me live. This is Avengers Baseball. To set the stage, there are 10 games left in the Major League season. The Avengers are 1 game back, 1 game behind the first place Los Angeles Dodgers in their division. Pitch out, throw down is in time. They were ready and waiting for him to steal the bag. And Spider-Man gets thrown out. As a reminder to you folks, I don't run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. I hit, I pitch, I field, but I do not run the bases. I had no control. I'm a spectator for Tom Holland, just like you. 1-0 count to Robert Downey Jr. Checks his swing, pitches low. 10 games left. Good catch up. Thank you. You're welcome. I appreciate your presence in the live stream. Thank you, sir. 3-0 count on Tony Stark. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not have the green light. I do not swing on 3-0 pitches. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. So the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. That's a hitter's count. The handcuffs are now off. Let's see what happens. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Did he check it? Yes, he did. So that's ball 4 inside. And it's a 2-out walk for Iron Man.
Now batting, number 80.
Next up, the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. The Hulk has 35 homers and 133 runs batted in to lead the ball club here. Runner leads off first, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Low and inside, ball 1. I think without question, if you're talking about a position player, Mark Ruffalo is the clear most valuable player on the team. Swing and a miss at the curveball, count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. If you're talking about pitchers, then you'd have to talk about Chris Hemsworth with his 20 wins. But jams him, pops it up. It will carry to the center fielder. Marte retires the side. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 2.5. Still no score. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the third. Right fielder Nick Markakis steps up to the plate. He's hot in his last 6 games. Overall, he's hitting .306. He has 29 homers and 100 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Hemsworth. Chops it foul. Strike 1. Line drive headed towards the other way into the left center field gap, and it will roll all the way to the wall. He will make the turn. No, he'll stop at second. It is a leadoff double for Nick Markakis. That's double number 37 for Nick. Here's the replay. Just lines it towards that left center field gap, and it just rolls. Rolls for days. So runner in scoring position for Starlin Castro. Starlin's hitting .232, but he has 29 homers and 78 RBIs. Starlin Castro is the shortstop today. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1. He's a little late, fouls it off. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he just gets a piece of the slider, slurve, whatever kind of breaking ball that was, to stay alive. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it off, and the at-bat will continue. And again, he puts bat on the ball, fouls it off to stave off elimination. And he fouls it off again. The battle between Starlin Castro and Thor Odinson. Line drive caught by Black Panther. 1 away. Batting ninth, playing catcher, Shea Langoliers hitting .238. He has 8 homers on the season. He has a runner in scoring position. Fastball in there, 98 on the radar gun, strike 1. Misses outside, counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked like a strike. Called the ball, count as 2 balls, 1 strike. Hemsworth wanted that outside corner. Didn't get it. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner leads off second. No score here in the bottom of the third. Strike 3 called. Inside corner. Langoliers thought it was ball 3. But it's a second strikeout for Chris Hemsworth in the game. Here's a replay. Was it a strike? Oh, come on. Yes, it certainly was a strike. Lineup turns over for the Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson, the Hall of Famer, popped out in the first. Steps in. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Ricky Henderson had over 2,000 runs scored in his major league career. Had over 1,000 stolen bases. Swings at the high breaking ball. Fouls it back. Count as quickly no balls and 2 strikes. He was a hell of a major leaguer. A lot of speed. He's late on the fastball. Fouls it off. This is Avengers baseball. Game number 153 of a 162-game regular season. Deep drive. Racing over is Don Cheadle from center field. At the warning track, makes the catch to retire the side. Covered a lot of territory to make the play. There's into 3 innings of play. Still no score. These games matter. It's as if the playoffs have already begun. Stepping into the plate for the Hollywood Avengers to lead off the top of the fourth is Black Panther T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman grounded out in the first. Grounded out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Pardon me. Grounded to third. Foul. And the at-bat will continue. Strike 1. Grounder to third. His counterpart over at third base. Arenado throws it in the dirt. And it's a throwing error, E5. So runner will be at first on the third baseman's error. It was a routine play, but Bagwell could not bail him out and scoop it out of the dirt. So runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Up steps Dave Bautista, who struck out in his first at-bat. Big lead at first. And that's a pop-up. Looks like it could dunk in there. No, it'll hang up there. Nice diving catch for Nick Markakis. Oh, that was a gorgeous defensive play in the outfield by the right fielder. Come on, show a replay. That was nice. He gave up the body. Grass stains. Gave up the body. All right, so next up is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, who had a single in his first at-bat. Runner leads off first. 1 out. And he couldn't hold back on the curveball. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Tried to check it at the last minute. Could not hold up. He's going. Pitches in the dirt. And he'll steal second easily. So Wakanda forever over there in scoring position now. A single could break this scoreless tie. Oh, he's going for third. And the throw down to third is not in time. He steals second and then steals third. 2 stolen bases by T'Challa. Wakanda forever, baby. Now he's being at third base and less than 2 outs. He can score without the benefit of a base hit. 2-1 count to Sebastian Stan. Let's see what happens. And he pulls it, and he's going to have himself an RBI ground out thanks to Chadwick Boseman's legs. That's an RBI ground out for Sebastian Stan, and the Avengers take an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. Wakanda forever. Next up, Idris Elba, who singled in his first at-bat. Bases empty, 2 away. Slider outside. We'll have to catch up, be back. Good luck on the game, Robin. Well, thank you, Infinite Phoenix. I sincerely appreciate your time and energy. Thank you. Skies it down the right field line, slicing out of play. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Smash that like! Ha-ha! Line drive to the center fielder, played perfectly. Ketel Marte shifted over there for the line drive. The side is retired, but they get a run on the RBI ground out, and after 3.5 innings of play here at Chase Field, it's the Hollywood Avengers 1, the Arizona Diamondbacks 0. Leading off here in the bottom of the fourth, Joe Morgan struck out in the first. Hemsworth, just for your information, has 10 complete games. In there, strike 1, and 5 shutouts this season, including, I shit you not, a complete game no-hitter. Ground ball in the hole, it's short. Off-balance throw in time. Cut the check for Anthony Mackie. That's out number 1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Hemsworth, league leaders. He's tied with Cy Young himself for the league leaders in wins with 20 wins. You'll notice his brother, Tom Hiddleston, is in 3rd place or 2nd place, however you want to think of it, with 17. So, up next, Jeff Bagwell, who flew out in the first deep fly ball into the left center field gap. Fastball in there, 98 on the radar gun, strike 1. 1 out. Bases empty. Chases a slider or a slurve. Swing and a miss. Count as 0-2. Would not chase. Waste pitch. Outside, count 1-2. Fouls off the split finger fastball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bagwell. Bagwell had over 500 home runs. Played first base for the Houston Astros in the 1990s. pops it upstairs behind home plate once again. And the at-bat will continue. Hemsworth. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the slider or the slurve. Nasty breaking pitch down and away. That's strikeout number 3 for Thor Odinson. Here's a replay. Just disappears off the table. Up next is third baseman Nolan Arenado. Not a Hall of Famer, but an all-star in modern baseball. Plays, I believe, for the Diamondbacks, which is interesting enough. Found his way onto the Diamondbacks in this fictional franchise. Pulls it down the right field line. Check that left field line, out of play, strike 1. Chases the slider, misses. Count is 0-2. It's got bite. And he chases it again, swing and a miss for strike 3. And the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Thor. After 4 innings of baseball, it's 1-0 MCU. Strongest Avenger. So we go to the top of the 5th. Up steps Don Cheadle, who is 0 for 1. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up shallow center. There is Marte for the first out. Next up, Anthony Mackie singled in the first inning. He is 1 for 2 today, third at bat. And that's pulled to the right side. Markakis makes the running catch near the warning track. 2 pitches, 2 away here in the top of the 5th. Could be a quick inning. Next up is Tom Holland. Tom, in the middle of a batting race, hitting .355 in the season. He is 1 for 2 with a single. It's out in front of the slider, swinging a miss. Tom has 204 hits on the season. Out in front of the slider again. 2 quick strikes on Spider-Man. Fastball high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. I've hit against Dinelson LeMay and beaten up on him. He's got it today. He came out of the bullpen firing darts. Curveball low, count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases empty, top of the 5th, 1-0 MCU. Here's the pitch from LeMay. Inside, full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck, Iron Man. Iron Man, I am Iron Man. And he pulls the inside slider down the left field line. And the at-bat will continue. Once again, the full count pitch. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Low ball 4. 2 out walk for Tom Holland. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. Again, 297, 23 homers, 98 runs batted in. Big lead by Holland over there at first base. Fouls it back, strike 1. Pitch out, nothing doing. He was not stealing. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Tony. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Walk by Spider-Man. That's a line drive to center field, and that will dunk in there for a 2-out single. First and second, and 2 away. So up next, the Incredible Hulk leads the ball club with 133 RBIs with a chance for more. Runners at first and second. And he went too far, swinging a miss at the breaking ball. Strike 1. Nasty stuff. Checked his swing, but held. Pitch is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Tom Holland at second, Robert Downey Jr. at first, Mark Ruffalo at the plate, 2-1 count, 1-0 lead for the MCU. That's a line drive up the middle. It is a base hit, rounding third and heading home. It's Spider-Man. He will not throw to the plate. It is an RBI single for Ruffalo. Ruffalo smash, RBI number 134 on the season, and a 2-0 lead for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh, yeah. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, still 2 outs, still runners at first and second. And he swings and pops it up, right side. Bagwell is there to retire the side. But they do get another run on the RBI by Hulk. It's 2-0 MCU here after 4.5 innings of play. This is Avengers Baseball. 10 games left. 10 games left. So, like we have all season, we're probably going to go to Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter. And sadly, Heidi, we apologize. We cannot hear you. Our technology is just flawed. We need to get a 9-volt battery down there and put it in the pocket for situations like this. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Ketel Marte steps in. He's 0 for 1. Swinging to miss at the fastball, strike 1. Inside corner with the sinking fastball, strike 2. Ground ball to the right side, past the diving Spider-Man and into right field. That is a leadoff single for Marte. He brings the tying run to the plate. Here's the replay. Just a ground ball with eyes. Next up, Brian Reynolds flew out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Fastball in there, strike 1. Runner leads off first. Swing and a miss at the split finger fastball, strike 2. Chases a pitch, might have been ball 1. Fouls it off. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, the sinker. I don't know, that pitch had movement, don't know what it was. Chris Hemsworth, strikeout number 5. Here's the replay. Just darted down and away. So, 1 out. Up next is Markakis, who doubled in his last at-bat. Grounds it, foul. First baseline. Strike 1. Ground ball. In time. Could not go for the lead runner. Decided to take the play at first. Gorgeous play by T'Challa at third for the second out. However, the runner does get into scoring position at second base. So Starlin Castro with a single has a chance to put them on the board. He is the tying run as well. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1. Starlin's hitting only .208 with runners in scoring position this season. So obviously he's not comfortable with that runner. Line drive, foul. Strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Deep drive. Pulls his hands in. Makes the running catch. And the Winter Soldier retires the side. The run does not score. At the end of 5, we have an official ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2-0 MCU. Taking over is Sam Tuivasa. Pitched in 102 games. Can you imagine a relief pitcher coming out of the bullpen for 102 games? He's 9-4 with a 4.76 earned run average. His arm would fall off in real life. So leading off for the Avengers in the top of the 6th is Dave Bautista, who's 0 for 2. And he pulls it foul. Strike 1. But listen, 5 innings, 2 runs from Dinelson LeMay. They definitely got what they paid for. Bagwell knocks it down, races him to the bag, wins the race for out number 1. Bautista is now 0 for 3 today. Next up, Sebastian Stan. He has an RBI. Well, no, actually, he has a single. He's 1 for 2 and an RBI ground out. Slider outside, ball 1. Diamondbacks bullpen have 2 left-handers up warming, Paul Fry and Zach Duke. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And he fouls off the slider. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner. Strike 2. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bucky Barnes. Strike 3 called, outside corner. And there are 2 away. Nasty pitch. Next up, Idris Elba 1 for 2 with a single. Base is empty. 2-0 MCU. Pitch is inside, ball 1. Pulls it foul, the third baseline. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Avengers here in the top of the 6th. First game of a 4-game set between these ball clubs. Screwball high, 2 balls, 1 strike. Idris Elba played Hemdahl in the Thor franchise in the MCU. Did he check it? Yes, he did, according to the first base umpire. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Sam. I'll just call him Sam. The last name is too tough to spell. It's a deep drive to the right fielder, but playable for Nick Markakis, and he will retire the side. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 2-0 lead for the MCU. All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps catcher Shea Langoliers, who struck out in his first at-bat. Here comes the pitch. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Let's go, says the Outlander. Thank you, sir, for your time and energy. Thank you for your comments. Line drive right at the left fielder. Nice catch by the Winter Soldier for the first out. Hit it on the nose, but right at the left fielder. League leaders in ERA, earned run average. Chris Hemsworth with his 2.74 coming into this ball game is leading all starting pitchers in the National League. He is in line for a possible Cy Young award this season. Lineup turns over with 1 out. Ricky Henderson is 0 for 2. Ricky's got 25 homers and 83 RBIs. He also has 51 stolen bases on the season. Deep drive to center field. Long run. No one's going to get that one. It 1 hops over the fence for a ground rule double. That is Ricky Henderson's 52nd double of the season. So they're going to get a run in scoring position at second, and the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Representing that tying run, Joe Morgan, 0 for 2. Pulls it foul, strike 1. 10 games left, 1 game back in the division. Strike 2, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to the leader of the Big Red Machine. Well, maybe he wasn't the leader, but, you know, cog in the wheel. Strike 3 called, inside. Morgan doesn't like it. Nevertheless, that's out number 2. 6th strikeout of the game. Was it a strike? I mean, I got to be honest with you, it was down and in. I don't know. I'll take it. Next up, Jeff Bagwell with the power to make this a 2-2 ball game. He's 0 for 2 today. Jeff Bagwell had over 500 home runs in his major league career. And it's a line drive slicing out of play for strike 1. Mr. Outlander started playing Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla last night, and wow, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a great game. I envy you for experiencing it for the first time. I'm experiencing it for the first time myself right now, but I'm about 35 hours into my Valhalla live stream. I'm probably going to be playing it either tonight or tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I love Valhalla. I think it's a great game. Ground ball foul. Count no balls and 2 strikes to Jeff Bagwell. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Outlander. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 7. And the side is retired. 6 shutout innings for Chris Hemsworth, dropping the hammer. At the end of 6, it's 2-0. Avengers lead.
Your attention, please.
In relief is Zach Duke, the left-hander. Record is 4-5 with a 5.05 earned run average. I'm going to feast on this guy. So Don Cheadle turns around and hits from the right side against the lefty Duke. Don Cheadle's 0 for 2 today. Line drive foul. I've hit against him earlier in the season. This lefty throws pus, throws cheese. Ooh, nasty pitch, sinking fastball outside corner. Count is 0-2. Placement like that, I may have to take that back. Ooh, it's gonna hit corners. And he grounds it to the third baseman. Arenado fields, fires, got him. One away.
The batter, number 9.
Yeah, I played like an hour, the Outlander says. He played Assassin's Creed Valhalla for an hour last night just to check it out. Yeah, it's a fun game. You're gonna enjoy yourself. For those that don't know, it is an open world game, hack and slash, collect, story mode. It's really cool. Up next is Anthony Mackie, 1 for 3. Hitting again from the right side, another switch hitter in this versatile lineup. And he hits it to deep center field, but playable in front of the warning track for Marte for the second out. And I jinxed myself, apparently. Zach Duke has come in to pitch. Next up, Tom Holland singled, scored a run. He's 1 for 2. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 7th. Sinking fastball, low, ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike. Ball 2.
Slider inside, checks his swing, count is 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. 2-0 lead for the MCU. Here in the top of the 7th, first game of a 4-game series. That's a line drive headed towards left center field gap, and that ball will one hop to the fence. Rounding first and heading to second, he will stop there. It is a double for Spider-Man. I didn't even want to swing at that pitch, and I drove it into the left center field gap. As I was swinging with the controller, I was like, my mind was saying no, but I'm glad he swung. Look at how low that pitch is. Bang! Golf swing. So runner in scoring position with 2 outs, an insurance run perhaps. Robert Downey Jr. has 98 RBIs on the season. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Grounder through the right side. Rounding third and heading home is Spider-Man. The throw to the plate is not in time. It is an RBI single, a 2-out RBI single for Iron Man. He is Iron Man. And the MCU takes a 3-0 lead. Here's the replay. Both hits with 2 outs. Pulls it through the right side. Ground ball with eyes. Tom Holland at second scores. We have a 3-0 lead for the Avengers. RBI single for Mark Ruffalo. He steps up to the plate. And that ball is hit high and deep. That's got a chance, folks. On the warning track, Ricky Henderson snatch catch makes the catch to retire the side. But they get another insurance run. This is time for the 7th inning stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3-0 MCU. Take me out to the ball game. I need to sip of my coffee. Hold on. Iced coffee. Iced coffee. So, bottom of the 7th, up steps Nolan Arenado. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Here comes the pitch. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. Strike 1. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2-1. Grounder to short. Routine play for Mackie. Throws to first in time, 1 away. So, this is the time league leaders in shutouts. Chris Hemsworth and Tom Seaver are tied with 5 shutouts each. In the dugout between half innings, the manager came over to Chris Hemsworth and said, "How are you feeling? Can you keep going? How's your arm?" And Chris Hemsworth said, "If you take me out, I'm going to drop the hammer. Do not take me out. I am the strongest Avenger. I will finish what I start," he says. That's a quote. I heard it. It's a quote. Pitch to Ketel Marte. Low at the knees. Called the strike. Count is quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch count is economical. 75 pitches here in the 7th inning. Line drive to right. There is Batista for the second out. Getting me off the mound would be like picking up Mjolnir. I will not move. Brian Reynolds, DH, struck out, flew out, 0 for 2. I will not give up the mound. Fastball, outside corner, strike 1. 3-0 lead for the MCU. Line drive to the left. There is the Winter Soldier to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 innings, 7 shutout innings for Chris Hemsworth. It's a 3-0 lead for the Hollywood Avengers. We go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick's 0 for 3, but he reached on an error and then stole 2 bases, which led to an RBI, a ground out. So, line drive, perfectly placed, 1 hop behind the bag, 1 pitch, 1 away. They had the play to pull, and Morgan was standing behind the second base bag for the out. Next up, Dave Bautista, grounded out in the 6th, he's 0 for 3. That's a line drive. Running catch for Ricky Henderson near the warning track, and there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th. Deadpool, LOL. No, not Deadpool. Deadpool maybe for next season. Next season we'll have to bring Deadpool into the roster. 2 outs, up steps Sebastian Stan. 1 for 3. Inside ball 1. (3-0) MCU here in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, bases empty. Hard ground ball through the vacated hole where they did the shift. That he hit it exactly where the shortstop normally plays, but because the shift was on, he got himself a single. Let's watch the location of where he drives this ball, if they're even going to show it. I guess not. All right, well, next up, Idris Elba. 1 for 3 with the single today. Quick throw to first, he's back. For those of you in the background that are watching Avengers Baseball, I sincerely appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. This has been a long season, which will come to its conclusion within the next week or 2. After this game, there will be 9 games left in the regular season, and then the quest for the playoffs and the World Series usually is 11, 12, 13 games. You need to win 11 games in the playoffs before you lose 8. It's 3 rounds of playoffs in baseball. Out in front of the curveball, swing and miss, strike 1. Ryan Reynolds was just up to bat. Oh, Brian Reynolds with a B. Brian Reynolds, B-R-Y-A-N, but close enough, yeah. Absolutely. If I do Avengers Baseball once again, I'm putting Ryan Reynolds on the team because Deadpool is now technically a part of the MCU. They're even discussing doing an MCU Deadpool movie. Count is no balls, 1 strike to Elba. Runner leads off first. Slow grounder, hopper to short. Castro over to first. In time, side is retired. So we go to the bottom of the 8th here at Chase Field. 3-0 Avengers. Leading off the bottom of the 8th is Nick Markakis. He had a double in the 3rd inning. Here comes the pitch from Hemsworth. Pops it up, racing over is T'Challa near the dugout, makes the catch. Crashes into the dugout sidebar. 1 pitch, 1 away. League leaders in complete games. Chris Hemsworth leads all major leaguers with 10 complete games. This would be number 11. Yes, Outlander, it's his cousin, Brian Reynolds. One Reynolds is an actor, the other is a Major League Baseball player, indeed. Next up, with 1 out, Starlin Castro, 0 for 2. Brian Reynolds and Ryan Reynolds. If you were a parent and you named one kid Brian and the other kid Ryan, you have some serious issues. That's all I got to say. Pitch to Castro is a strike. Splitter in there, strike 2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Mr. Castro. That's strikeout number 8 from Chris Hemsworth. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? It just disappeared off the table, way out in front. He must have been looking for the fastball. Next up, Shea Langoliers, 0 for 2. And it's a line drive, almost takes off the head of the umpire, but it's a foul ball for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Misses off the plate with the slider. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss out in front of the slurve.
2 strikes.
Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he pulls it with authority, but it's foul down the left field line. Nubber at the mound, out of the crouch, fires to first in time. Nice throw by the Hulk to retire the side. That's 8 shutout innings for Chris Hemsworth. The end of 8 innings of play. It's 3-0 MCU. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Coming into pitch, Pedro Baez for the Diamondbacks. He's 2-5 with a 5.38 earned run average. So Zach Duke got the job done. I'm ashamed. I thought I was gonna kill him. Well, anyway, Don Cheadle steps in. He's a switch hitter, turns around and bats from the left side. Swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Shallow left center field. Castro makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the 9th. Okay. Now, before we go any further, the manager is going to go to the manager's office, and he's going to warm up Jeremy Renner, just in case things go haywire. Now, between you and I, Thor is not going to let. He's going to be like, you're going to take an Asgardian off mound in favor of an archer mortal? Never. I will not relinquish the mound. Chris Hemsworth is pitching a shutout, but you never know. May have to get Hulk to escort him off the mound. Swing and a miss, inside fastball, strike 1. Anthony Mackie is 1 for 4 today. Not an offensive game. Outside corner, strike 2, counters. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to the new Captain America. 1 out, top of the 9th, 3-0 MCU. And he yanks it foul. Another pitch on the inside part of the plate tied him up in knots. And again, out in front of the slider, pulls it foul. That was the pitch. That was the pitch he wishes he could have back. Backs him off the plate. Ball 1. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. In the dirt, count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mackie. And just gets a piece of the changeup to stay alive. Pedro Baez on the mound. 82nd appearance out of the bullpen for the season. Line drive up the middle and through. It is a single. Lead off single. No, check that. 1 out single for the new Captain America. Cut the check. Truly a ground ball with eyes. He jammed him inside and fisted it up the middle. Past Joe Morgan at second base. Next up is Tom Holland. Tom is 2 for 3. Is a single, a double. His batting average is up to 356. He's fighting for a batting title with these final 10 games to play. Tom Holland has 17 homers and 81 RBIs on the season. Inside ball 1. Throw to first is back. Again, another throw to first. So the Avengers are 96 and 56, so that if they win this game, they'll have won 97 games. Their playoff appearance is 6, 4, 3, double play, side retired. We go to the bottom of the 9th, last licks for the Arizona Diamondbacks. They need 3 runs to tie. Will Chris Hemsworth get his 6th shutout of the season and his 11th complete game? We shall see, said the blind man. We shall see. Stepping up to the plate is the top of the lineup. Ricky Henderson's 1 for 3 with a double in the 6th. Hemsworth is good to go. He's thrown 87 pitches up to this point. And he pulls the fastball foul for strike 1. Every so often he glares into the Avengers dugout. Chris Hemsworth does. He says, "Don't take me out." Pulls the sinking fastball down the left field line. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. I will not give up the mound. It is mine. Pop up, short right field. Holland is there. Spider-Man makes the catch. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 outs away from his 6th shutout of the season. Joe Morgan, 0 for 3. Here comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 1.
0-1.
In case you're wondering, for the entire season, I have set the difficulty setting for both hitting and pitching to All-Star. Just in case you're curious, gameplay, hitting difficulty is at All-Star. Pitching difficulty is at All-Star. So, again, just for accountability's sake. Not necessary, just doing this to have a good time. Fastball in there, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Joe Morgan. And he just gets a piece of that slider or slurve down and in to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. And he flies it to center. Routine play for War Machine. Cheadle makes the catch for the 2nd out. And we are down to their final out of the game. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Outlander says, "Let's go, Thor." Thor is going for the shutout. It's going for the shutout. Representing the final out of the game is Jeff Bagwell. He's 0 for 3. Jeff Bagwell has home run power. Fastball in there, 96. He's throwing 96 in the 9th inning after 95 pitches. He never tires. He's an Asgardian. I am an Asgardian. I'm the strongest Avenger. Fouls it back. Count is 0-2, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are down to their final strike of this game. And it's a bloop. Bloop foul ball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, rookie mode. Whatever. Here comes the pitch. Late on the fastball, fouls it down the right field line. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Up the first baseline, fielded. This should do it. Tony steps on the bag. Side retired. Ball game over. Avengers win 3-0. It is shutout number 6 for Chris Hemsworth. Win number 21 on the season. And he is 21-6. And the Avengers have won their first game of this 4-game series. Their record is now 97 wins and 56 losses, which I believe may put them in a first place tie for the National League West. We will check that before I log. So again, Hollywood Avengers, 3 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Arizona Diamondbacks, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Hemsworth gets the win. It's his 21st. Dinelson LeMay gets the loss. I have no idea how many wins and losses he has. And obviously, Chris Hemsworth is your player of the game. His 11th complete game of the season, his 6th shutout. He pitches a complete game shutout. 8 strikeouts, 4 hits, no walks, 9 innings pitched. So let's exit the game, confirm the exit. Let's go to the loadout screen where there are the menus and check to see the standings, see what's going on. Thank you, Mr. Outlander. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out until the end. All right, so as you can see over near my head, this head up here, you see up here, 21-6 record for Chris Hemsworth. We back it out. Since you can't see the record, obviously they are tied with I'm going to do this. I'm going to go over here. It's easier to see the standings here. Here we go. With the win from the Avengers and the loss from the Dodgers, they are both tied with the 97-56 record atop of the NL National League West Division, the National League Wild Card. There are 3 wild card spots, as you can see. Well, actually, no, there's 2 wild card spots. Pardon me. The point is that the Avengers, the Dodgers, and the Pirates vying for 2 wild card spots. Obviously, the loser of the division in the National League West will get the first wild card spot. So that's it. That's it for today. This was game number 153 of 162. Now there are 9 games left, and they are tied for the division with 9 games left. This has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Big thank you to everybody who showed up and hung out and made comments. I appreciate you. Thank you. Have a great evening. Take care of yourself. I'll see you again soon. Don't forget to like the videos, subscribe to the channels.